Peter. Kamau is my name, and I'm from Nairobi, Kenya. I was admitted into the orphanage when I was pretty young after losing my parents at a really young age. I was only 6 months old when my mother passed on, and my dad died a year later, leaving six of us under the care of the local church at the time, because there wasn't a lot of relatives that were coming forward to take care of us. Through the children's department in our home area, we were referred to an orphanage. Initially, we were taken to 3 different orphanages or institutions. Let me not call them orphanages. The sister I follow and I were taken to a home for children with disabilities, though we did not have any disabilities. And then after 2 years, by the grace of God, we were all reunited at one orphanage. But a lot of my memories are in the other one where we were all taken. And fact of, that situation is that we had around 40 of us under the care of 2 caregivers that worked in shifts. Other than that, we were taken to school. We learned God's word, and we all got a chance at education. And so the usual challenges that come with institutional care, we were not exempt from them because we couldn't get the consistent attention, the sense of belonging and feeling at home. It was very hard because we were so many. We didn't have one-on-one care with our caregivers, getting help with homework, with any emotional issues was not easy to get. And so the challenges that come with group care are things that we all experienced. But alongside all that, there were some good moments of getting to make friends from the orphanage. But as I always say, upon leaving the orphanage, you start to see the outcomes or the after challenges that come with not knowing how to do various things, not fitting well in the world. Some of my siblings have had quite unfortunate outcomes because my eldest brother committed suicide not so long after leaving the orphanage. One of my sisters has been in and out of prostitution. And my brother also, I have been to get him out of prison on 2 occasions in the last 15 years. And so there has been those adjustmental challenges and difficulties. I went and worked at the same orphanage where I grew up after my university years. But after serving in that orphanage for 9 years, I felt there was more to do out there. And so I did tender my resignation, but it was also after a duration of a lot of successes by the grace of God that together with the team we were able to achieve, such as starting adoption programs for the orphanage so that where abandoned babies came in, they could be connected to forever families. But other than that, also we were able to have an outreach program that supported children to be cared for in their communities and families as opposed to having to be brought to the orphanage. By the time my time at that orphanage as a head of social work was coming to an end, there had been a huge reduction in the numbers of children that were coming into the orphanage because many were actually being supported in the community. And so in the year 2012, after leaving and after some time of prayer and reflection, the organization Child in Family Focus was born. And the Child in Family Focus is an organization that has been from its inception been dedicated to help children's homes or orphanages know what the exit strategies for children are, strategies that are aimed at connecting children to families and community-based care. And so at the beginning, the organization did a lot of training work in the alternative care options, such as kinship care, adoptions, guardianship, foster care, amongst others. But of course, we also are very, very involved in advocacy as well as policy and legislative changes in the country. And we realized that when you're able to get the policies and legislation changed and be very friendly towards the agenda of family care and community care for children, then you find that it is easy for that to work for the orphanage directors and children's homes here. We've been able to, as a country, get a care reform strategy that is a 10-year strategy, 2022 to 2032.
Amazing.
We also have a new act. We also have a new act that the Children Act 2022 that is very, very strong on prioritization of family care for children. Other than that, a lot of tools and implementation sort of materials that would help orphanages be able to transition their model of care, as well as get children connected to families early enough. And so as an organization, presently we are working with 16 orphanages whom we are helping on the transition journey. But other than the 16, of course, previously there has been 4 orphanages that we have successfully worked with in the transition journey and gotten all the kids in families and the orphanages repurposed. Much. First and foremost is that transition or changing the model of care is not a one-day event, but it is a process. Number 2 is that we do not demonize children's homes, but we sort of journey alongside them. In the end, we all are doing something towards the call of God to set the lonely in families. And